right, let's do some core work that's yoga specific, and I'm going to give variations for both beginner and intermediate options so that you know what to work towards and you know how to back it off. It's really important that we back it off when we need to. We can have different things going on in the body that don't support us in particular strengthening shapes, and then it can cause issues in the body. So let's get started. First, we'll come into a tabletop position. And let's just get this core alive and awake. Let's wake up that deep core line, because it's not just our abs. We've got this whole section on layers of muscles that are hugging that lumbar spine. So there's a lot going on down there. We've got psoas, hip flexors, and those other deep core line muscles. So wrists stuck under your shoulders, knees stuck under the hip bones, and working just gently here on getting your hands doing the right things. So don't lock out your elbows. We want to have a nice long neck, and gently press into the fingertips like you're sort of grabbing an orange, and then gently press up. So these thumbs press up a little as though you're turning taps, but to either side. So turning the taps, pressing, and then starting to pull that belly up and in. So we're not rounding out like this, but we're also not sagging here. We want to have the shoulders moving away from the ears, pull the upper rib cage, the lower rib cage in, I should say, and then squeeze the belly up and in. So we're squeezing from as low down as the pelvic floor, so as low in your lap as possible. So imagine you're trying to stop the stream of peace. You want to squeeze all the way up as you gently press into the hands, lengthen the crown forward, shoulders move away from the ears. So just relax that for a moment. Inhale, exhale, squeeze it up and in again. Don't lock out those elbows. Inhale, let it all relax. Exhale, press and squeeze up and in. Inhale and exhale. This is what happens when I don't walk her before I film. Go sit down. Go on, good girl, go sit down. So then we can do this now from down dog. So it's important that we're activating our core. So down dog can be a super easy pose, or if you're doing it properly and activating everything properly, it can be a lot more tricky. So walking the hands forward and then tucking the toes. So gentle press. Again, pressing those, squeezing the oranges, and then moving, turning the taps. Squeeze, so a little bend in the elbows and the knees. Squeeze up and in from as low down in the lap as possible. Pull that low rib cage in. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, and 3. So knees down, inhale, and then exhale, come back to that tabletop position. So I just want to show the beginner variation here. So actually bring the hands forward again. So for beginners, we will be about here, and you should get a nice little activation there with your core when you come forward. So you'll be inhale back and exhale forward. More experienced, a little stronger, we're going to inhale from the down dog and then exhale forward into plank. Ripple forward, so we round out the spine. Then when we arrive in the plank, we move the shoulders away from the ears, pull that low rib cage in. Don't round out the spine, don't stick the butt up. Good. Inhale, exhale, press back, down dog. Or child's pose if you're in the beginner variation. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, ripple forward. And exhale, press it back. Inhale, knees to the earth, and then exhale, sit up onto the heels. So I have always gotten sore wrists, no matter how strong I get in any of those. So let's all take a load off the wrist, just massage them out. And then again, now we're going to come on to the forearms. So if you're a beginner, you can keep your knees down, and a similar thing, you know, we can move forward here to get that core activating forward and back. More experienced, we're going to do this with the knees off the floor. So let's do, instead of this hand position, we want to do this one. So let's see if we can press the palms into the earth, get those elbows stacked under the shoulders, and again, shoulders move away from ears, and tucking the toes, lifting the knees, beautiful. Inhale, we can rock forward, and exhale back. Pull that lower rib cage up and in, inhale forward. You should be shaking, I am. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more, inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back, beautiful. So knees to the earth, inhale. Exhale, take a breath here. So these are, the reason these are yoga specific core strengtheners are because, you know, these are postures we move in and out of, and we want to be strong in our transitions. And when we're transitioning and we don't have the right activations in these core strength poses, that's how we can injure ourselves and get unstable in our joints. So these are really great things to practice quite a bit of. They can get a little bit tedious and boring, but they're 100% worth it. All right, and so let's come back to the forearms, and this time we will interlace the hands and make that triangle shape with our forearms. We want to press into the forearms and get rid of any gaps between the floor and the wrist if we can by pressing down. Again, shoulders away from ears, lower rib cage pulls into the body, but don't round out. Your neck is nice and long so that crown is lengthening forward. Inhale and then exhale. This time we can have the butt up, and beginners can bring the knees down at any time. So inhale, we rock it forward. Exhale, press back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, press back. So this is where we're building strength while we're moving. So we're building our mobility in the shoulders. Inhale and exhale, and strengthening within that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Knees down, inhale, and exhale, sit it back. Great. Then we're going to go, we'll move into the side body. So coming onto your right hand side, and then bring your forearm down. So just checking that your right elbow is aligned underneath your right shoulder. And then from here, beginners, you'll keep your bottom knee down and your left foot planted. So pressing into the left foot, and then we lift it up. And then more experienced, we can bring both feet up. So you can stagger them or stack them if you want to work a little bit more strongly. So we're going to tap and then exhale up. Tap the floor, inhale. Exhale up, 2, inhale. Exhale up, 3, inhale. Exhale up, 4, inhale. And exhale up for 5, bring it down, beautiful. And then switch it around to the other side. So left side, again, left forearm down. One side may be stronger than the other. My right side's definitely stronger than my left. So beginners, bottom knee can stay down, right foot plants, right hand comes out to the side of the mat. Inhale and then exhale it up. inhale, exhale, 1, inhale, exhale, 2, inhale, exhale, 3, really press into the forearm, press up out of the shoulder, 4, and 5, bring it back down. Beautiful work. And then let's come on to the sitting bones. So in yoga, we practice quite a bit of Navasana, so boat pose. And in this shape, so in Pilates, there's a lot of core work that involves us coming into a C shape, which is great. It's a really nice way. So you can be back here, and then again, find that wobbly position. But in Navasana, we're up. So we're trying not coming into extension, but we're upright. The spine is in its natural shape, but we are really sucking up and in, again, that whole deep core line, pulling that low rib cage in. So the first variation for beginners could just be here. This can be challenging enough for some of us, and with the feet on the floor. Another variation can be hands on the floor and legs lift up, so the shins are parallel to the floor. And then another variation, you can be hanging on to the backs of the knees. The shins can be parallel, or you can start to lift them up. Then we get to this full extension variation of Navasana, or we could be grabbing onto the toes and extending. So choose your variation, and we wanted to hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Try not to fall out of it. Try and bring it down nicely. Beautiful. So again, that's another great one to be practicing, getting into that deep core line. Let's do one more. So there's like endless amounts of these, but we can do so many of them. Actually, let's do a lying down one. This is a really great shape that can help us, even with our handstands. If you're practicing handstands, we need a lot of core strength there, but any of our inversions and just our overall core strength, and playing around a little bit with our spinal posture. So arms come up over the head. Generally, we want to have them, not everyone will have the shoulder range to get the hands on the floor back here, and that is okay. Work more on the feet, so we want to press the heels into the earth, and then the arms can come up to wherever they come to. If your arms don't reach the floor, it's probably best to have them on some sort of prop up here, so that they're resting on something and so that you can press on something. The next stage is to see if you can get your hands in this extended position. So, or your wrists in an extended position. So from here, we want to inhale and then exhale, press. So press your heels into the earth, press your tops of your fingertips, and then press your low back, so your low rib cage presses down, so we're pressing down towards the floor, and you should feel quite a strong activation for 2, 3, 4, and 5, and relax. Take a deep breath, and all the way out. And then again, inhale, exhale, press your heels, press your fingertips, your fingernails, or wrists if they're pressing. If you've got a prop under there, press your wrists, and then press your low rib cage down for 1, nice and strong. 2, getting long and strong. 3, 4, and 5, gently release, inhale, and exhale all the way out. And then one more, inhale. Exhale, press heels, little bend in the knees, press wrists or fingertips, press low rib cage in and low back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. I want to do one more. I know I said one more before, but I want to do just one more. Okay, so another one that's really great that has variations for beginners and progressing to intermediate. So from tabletop position, inhale, your right leg extends. Exhale, so you could just be holding it here. This could be strong enough for some beginners. If you are more advanced, you can do this from plank. And then the next stage is to lift your left hand as well. And if you can do this, this is an advanced. So plank, right leg and left arm come up. So that's a little bit intense for me today. So choose your variation, inhale and then exhale, either one leg or one arm and one leg from tabletop or plank. For 1, so get longer. 2, really square the hips, pull the low rib cage in. 3, shoulders away from the ears. 4, and 5, gently release. Beautiful. And then the second side. So inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, right arm. For 1, nice and strong. 2, relax the face. 3, shoulders away from the ears. Could be doing this one. 4, and 5, gently release. Beautiful. Inhale here and then exhale, set it back. So those are just a few quick core stabilizing exercises that are specific to being strong in your yoga practice. The other one that you can do, which I won't go through now, so the one where we were lying on our backs, you can do that from the front as well, so on the belly, and we press everything down and pull the belly up and in. Really nice. They're both really nice to do one after the other, so you feel that difference, and then you start to really feel that core pulling up and in and starting to hug around the spine, and it makes us safer, healthier, less pain, our posture gets better. So thank you for being here. I hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you want to ask any questions or request anything, and I really hope to see you next time. Namaste.